mother who in this rainy season is again worried about the kids' health and the issues that are coming up with the rainy seasons every year, well, then this video is just for you. Hi, I'm Dr. Tarul Jadhav, a lucky daughter of doctors, a wife of a supportive husband, a mother of a 7-year-old son, a medical college teacher, and a consulting physician for more than a decade, and now turned stress resilience coach just for mothers to help them move from frustration to freedom so that they can break the generational traumas and lead a happy, healthy, successful, and a stress resilient life. Not to forget, with the upcoming monsoon, every mother is a bit stressed. Oh, my kids are going to get wet. Oh, they are going to come up with this disease, this illness, so on and so forth. Well, the schools are also starting in the month of June, right? And when the schools are starting, the rains are bound to come some or the other day. Well, the kids need not always wear the raincoats. They are bound to get wet. They are bound to jump in puddles. They enjoy. And then they will also want to play in the rains, won't they? If that's not enough, there are times when they'll get hungry and they'll run out to eat something without washing their hands. I'm so sure about that. Kids do that, and that's how you'll end up getting your kid to a doctor. And I have seen such cases quite often, especially when the rainy season starts up. Such kind of elements do come up. So what are the common conditions that a mother or the parent is going to be worried about? Well, with the coming and the onset of rainy season, cases that will be on rise will be of malaria, dengue, chikungunya, lepto, you'll have cholera, you'll have typhoid, hepatitis, you'll have influenza, common flu, and not to forget even the COVID cases, which is also one of the viral illnesses. So you have many conditions coming up. What to do? How to save your kids from that? Well, you need to understand that every condition is going to throw some symptoms, and that's how your kid is also going to throw some symptoms. So is it the right thing to visit the doctor? Well, the symptoms are enough to tell you that. And I think when it's whether it be a kid or whether it be an adult in the family, if these symptoms are there, I would highly recommend please visit the doctor at the earliest, right? So in case, most of the conditions that I've spoken of will come up with high grade fever, weakness, body ache, or joint pains, or headaches, or abdominal pains. In cases of diarrhea, hepatitis, or cholera, you would also have loose stools, abdominal cramps, and so on and so forth. Nausea, vomiting would also be there. So these are some of the common things, and I think with every rainy season, these things we are aware of. But current COVID scenario has also thrown highlights on the runny nose, the cough, the itchy throat, the body ache, and the high grade fever. So in that case, I think it is wise not to try the gharelu nuske of haldi and every other thing when you're running up with high grade fever. It's wise to visit the doctor. Why? Because timely done investigations will prevent you from getting hospitalized also, because the doctor will be treating you at the earliest. If the need be, hospitalization would be advised in case if the fever has been running for a very long duration, right? So when the weakness is high, when you haven't been having anything orally, the doctor would advise you get hospitalized. And please don't put your foot down on and insist that you don't want to get hospitalized. It puts a lot of strain on the doctor also to manage you at that point of time. Even the kids, especially in kids, we need to be very cautious when it comes to managing fevers, because often they refuse eating and chances of they landing into dehydration becomes much higher. So take due care that you don't waste enough time and take them to the doctor at the earliest. In such cases, I would also say, being a homeopath, that homeopathy is wonderfully acting in such cases, especially if you have got the patient in time. Without IPD management, also things can be managed with homeopathy, but if the need be, you would require IPD admissions as well, right? So now what to do if these cases have not yet happened in your family? If no one is still suffering from any of these things, what to do? Lucky, if no one is suffering from this, all you have to do is prevent. Why? Prevention is the first step to cure, right? If you're preventing, good. Well, how do you prevent? Now it's taught to us from schools, we forget. We forget not because we have lost our memory, we forget because we just don't pay heed to it. We don't feel it is that important, isn't it? So, in rains, sanitation is mandatory, not just in rainy season, in every other times also now. COVID has just pinched us. Now, how do you manage? Well, if no one is having any of these cases or any of these symptoms in the family, good for you. What do you do then? You start from the basic. You start preventing, because we cannot treat if no one is having any symptoms, right? So, how do you prevent? You first start with sanitation. Sanitary measures have to be adopted, and these are taught to every one of us from the school itself. We don't follow them because we don't remember them. We don't remember them because we feel they're not so important. I mean, who is going to do it? Who is going to follow it? Unfortunately, COVID times have been pretty strict and hard on us in teaching the value and importance of washing the hands, cleaning the feet, and then entering the house. And these are exactly the things that you need to be doing every time during the rains. Especially the mothers have to be very strict with the kids these times. Okay? They have to be washing the hands, washing the feet thoroughly. Why? Because they are going to jump through the puddle no matter, even if you give them gumboots to wear. Right? Secondly, you have to ensure that every single food that the kids eat has to be home cooked properly. Why? Because I wouldn't want you to get your child to a high-fun restaurant or high-fun place. I mean, it makes no sense if at the end of the day his GI is sensitive and he ends up falling ill. Right? Why do that? Just ensure that you cook healthy food. Just train him to control his urges for the rainy season, and then you may go ahead later on outside anyway. Okay? What next? Ensure that every food that is cooked or every food that is prepared is covered. Ensure that the water that you drink is boiled or filtered, or whatever, especially boiled, in cases if your area seems to be more prone to be having typhoid or hepatitis cases, right? Ensure that every time you go out of the house and come in, at least you have had a bath. COVID has taught us that. And most important thing, especially for the ones who have had any kind of injuries on the feet, please see to it that your wounds are covered while you step out of the house and go into any kind of puddles or any such places, so that you don't end up getting those wounds infected again, right? So these are the small things that you need to follow before getting infected, so that no monsoon illness hampers your spirits of enjoying the monsoon, so that no kid suffers and they enjoy thoroughly in the rain. Yes, and so that no mother worries about the kids' illnesses also. I hope some of your queries have been met over here. Well, some things are preventable, some things are manageable, and things which are not manageable should not be just experimented with you at your hands in the house. Visit the doctor at the earliest, get investigated, and get treated. Hope you enjoy the monsoon, stay healthy, and stay resilient.